Hello, Cancers. My name is Jacine, also known as Tempest Trade, and this is your energy check-in. These messages may apply if you have the Cancer Zodiac anywhere in your chart. Please also use discernment when listening to these messages. If you're also interested in any of my services, check out the links in the description box below. Let's get started. So what do the Cancers need to know as of right now? One fell out onto the floor, but we have the Emperor in the upright as the first card out. Then we also have the Lovers card. So I'm getting the sense that a lot of you are currently in your power, in who you are, in what you're doing. You're at the top of the world. You seem to be possibly looking for love, or love is entering your life. And it could be because you have just elevated to this state of authentic being, completely in your power, completely just at ease in who you are, possibly following your goals and your dreams and not really paying attention to love, which is interesting because it's usually when you don't pay attention to love, or when you're not searching for it, that love just enters and finds you. So let's see what else comes through in the cards. You could also be in a connection already. We have the Eight of Wands in the upright, or maybe someone is actually going to be bringing you some type of love connection. Maybe there's going to, another interesting thing is that there is a lot of yellow in these cards. So a lot of the solar plexus chakra, which is good because that is willpower, determination. It's the movement to get things moving. So not only have you gotten your life moving forward, but self-love has had forward movement, and through the self-love, actual love. Maybe some of you will be taking your connection to the next level. If the connection hasn't already started yet, then this Eight of Wands could be the beginning of the connection that is actually like right there in your energy field. Ooh. Two cards have come out, which is the Ace of Wands with the Wheel of Fate, however, in the reversal. So it looks as though, yes, something new is entering your life. New motivation, new creativity, new passion, new opportunities that have a lot to gain and a lot to give, but maybe there are certain things that you do have to let go in order for you to actually truly have these things in your life entering. And then we also have the Three of Pentacles in the reversal at the bottom of the deck. So something in terms of collaborative teamwork. Maybe that's something that you have to let go. Maybe you have to let go this sense of work, this sense of not a sense of work, but the sense of I was going to say unhealthy collaboration, but not listening, not being open or receptive, or being able to truly work with people, that compatibility factor. Because in order to have a really healthy relationship, there needs to be collaboration, reciprocal collaboration. So maybe you have experienced unreciprocal collaboration in the past, and maybe you have a little bit of hesitation when it comes to other people and how you might work with other people. And it's okay to be wary, but the key point being, can you let go of the wariness? Can you let go of possible suspicions? Can you let go of maybe, especially with this Emperor card here, maybe this slightly my way or the highway type of mentality, or this maybe you're so used to doing things alone, so used to being alone, that it might be a little bit hard to set aside some of your own habits, some of your own, like, I'm okay alone. I can do this alone. This is okay. Like, maybe you have to set aside some of that to actually work in a collaborative setting, to build something of like tangible value with someone else, especially if it's going to be a lover situation. But this could also mean that if there are certain conversations or reciprocity that needs to be addressed, address it in a healthy manner. Don't fall into old habits, old patterns. Try to maintain a sense of your own stability, maintain a clear sense of what it is that you desire, and communicate that clearly, especially if new love is entering your life. So let's see what these oracle cards have to say, and then we shall get some clarification cards. Got my hair caught up into it. Ooh. We have reconciliation, wailing tree in the reversal, number 59. That's interesting because we have this teamwork, collaborative building card right here, which is also like communication. And so maybe some people from the past might resurface, or for example, I did mention past habits, past patterns, maybe certain mindsets. Maybe there are certain things that you still need to reconcile within yourself, or maybe some people that you do have to reconcile with on some level in order to have this good connection, good partnership, have the healthy, quick communication to maintain this forward movement that you seem to be building. Again, don't fall into past habits. Don't fall into past mindsets. If you have evolved and you have taken steps to become a more stable, grounded person, don't backtrack. Maintain your stability, maintain your groundedness, and just be open for clear, honest communication. It's through honest communication that we can create something really worthwhile and really long term. Let's see what else. Woo. So we have Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. I was just talking about, like, if you want to build something long-term, something like you have this forward movement already going. And if you want to maintain it, you want to build it, you want to keep it, you need to be sure that you protect it. But with this in the reversal, again, like this is really giving me the feeling of like this reverse Wheel of Fate, which is Wheel of Fortune. Past habits, past mindsets, like don't fall into what you might have done before. That's the reason why we grow and change, because certain things didn't work before. Certain mindsets, certain beliefs, certain habits, maybe even certain people. Opportunity in the upright. Exactly. This opportunity, you will have things come into your life. And the question is, how are you going to handle it? What choices are you going to make? Are you going to continue this forward growth, this evolution, this stability that you have achieved for yourself? Especially when new love enters our life or new opportunities, sometimes we might have a tendency to self-sabotage because maybe we don't think ourselves worthy, or maybe we come to some snap judgments or some assumptions of what certain people or certain things may be about or may offer us, when curiosity, exactly, when instead we shouldn't have assumptions, we shouldn't have like snap judgments. We should be more curious to learn, what do these opportunities offer us? What can these people offer us? Where can we go with these people, with these opportunities? How could life be? The more curious you are, the more open-minded you will be. And if you're open-minded and curious, you're not really going to fall into old habits. You will maintain this sense of, okay, I did this before. Well, how could it be now? Moving out of stagnation. Exactly. You might be, especially with this reversed Wheel of Fate, the cycles. You might, again, have some particular habits that you might need to move on from. Maybe not reconciling with people, maybe holding on to certain grudges or holding on to certain beliefs that kind of make it difficult for you to work with others. Maybe other people are holding on to certain things and it's difficult for you to communicate. But where there's a will, there's always a way. And remain curious and open so that way you can move. Again, you have all this forward movement, and it's just a matter of how exactly are you going to move forward? Anything is possible. So let's get some clarification for Emperor. Pilfered plans. Now this card says, Mirko Vosk hunted anyone with knowledge of the maze, draining the chances of the other guilds. I did mention how, like, be curious, be open, thinking about the future, keeping that forward momentum, and not being in this mindset of the past. And I also mentioned self-sabotage. So pilfered plans is giving me the feeling of maybe you sometimes have this tendency to self-sabotage. Maybe you sometimes have this tendency to see an idea, see a way forward, or picturing what the future could be like, but maybe you get into your own head. Maybe you get in your own way. Let's get a little clarification on this Lover's card. Ooh, that popped out. We got 2 cards that popped out. Interesting for the Lover's card. We have Unholy Aura with Ritualist in the reversal. That is interesting. Unholy Aura, it is kind of self-explanatory. Just like bad energy, but Ritualist in the reversal. This really is still giving me part of that self-sabotaging feeling. I mean, especially with this 3 of Pentacles card that's right here at the bottom of the deck, this teamwork. When you jump to conclusions, when you make assumptions, when maybe you might not be compatible with people, it's like, be clear. Be clear. Be sure that you're not assuming certain things about other people. If you can already tell that you're not compatible, that's perfectly okay. Communicate that with some people, but maybe don't get into your head and assume, oh, I don't need love. Unholy aura could also be having certain limiting beliefs about love, about yourself, that could possibly keep love from entering your life, or like keep love from entering your heart, even though love is literally walking into your life, even though love could be right there in front of your eyes. And with ritualist in the reversal, ritualist is about routines, habits, doing things as part of a routine, doing things as part of a ritual. So this is giving me the feeling like you might need to put a bit more routine into like positive affirmations, or for example, this teamwork, seeing things for what they really are, and not making quick judgments, being open. Like sometimes when, like I mentioned, sometimes when you go things at it alone, or when you're so used to being alone, it's easy to put up a wall. Even though you don't know that you're putting up a wall, you could be putting up a wall. You could be putting yourself into an energy that stops love from entering. Again, stops love from fully entering when it's right there. I guess the question is, do you really want love? And if you really do, then stop putting this wall up. Let's get some clarification on the Eight of Wands in the upright. Oh, soul salvage. Communication. So soul salvage is about reconnecting with your soul, reconnecting with pieces of yourself. It is about possibly bringing back like your inner child, bringing back things that you might have buried a long time ago, things that are important to you, things that are part of your actual happiness that you might not be paying attention to, things that you actually need in your life. It's like boxing things up and then setting it aside. Let's get some clarification on the Ace of Wands in the upright. Give and take. Yep. When new opportunities come into your life, it is a balance of give and take. How much are you going to give? How much are you going to take? It needs to be reciprocal. Do you really want what you say you want? Do you really want what you say you want? Be open to it. Let's get some clarification on this reversed Wheel of Fate. Witch sight in the reversal. Being able to see things for what they are, but it's in the reversal. It's like magic sight, intuition, tuning into your body, seeing signs, seeing synchronicities. You might have had issues in the past with seeing people for who they were, or even seeing yourself, seeing your own bad habits, seeing your own mindsets that could be blocking you in certain ways. So I feel like that's what needs to change. And I feel like this is just kind of repetitive because, again, this Three of Pentacles in the reversal, the teamwork, the collaboration, the reciprocity, the healthy communication when building something with others. Maybe you didn't see certain things about yourself in previous connections, in previous collaborative settings. Maybe you didn't see certain things about other people in those collaborative settings, but everything is a learning curve. Everything is a learning experience. And as long as, again, you remain curious and you don't close yourself off to learning, you will always learn something new about yourself. Always. Three of Pentacles in the reversal. Let's get some clarity on that. Confusion. See, look at that. There was previous confusion, and that's what led to poor teamwork, poor communication, poor collaboration. And we have Gleam of Battle on the bottom of the deck. Now this says, every soldier returns from battle changed by hardship, by blood, by a glimpse of glory. Now, excuse me. Now in the reversal, this essentially indicates that you don't need to go through confrontations in order to be changed. You just need to have a conversation. See? This communication card right here, quick, concise, and if not concise, but quick communication, action, communication, words, actions, words, matching, all of it. You don't need to go through confusion. You don't need to go through back and forth. You just really need to have better collaborative skills. That could be you, that could be other people, it could be both. So what I'm getting from this reading, Cancers, is that you do have new opportunities, new passionate opportunities, new creative opportunities, new love opportunities entering your life. But set aside old patterns, old habits. Speak clearly, speak effectively, speak authentically, and just make sure that whoever you are working with, that you can actually have a conversation, because it's through having conversations and that you can maintain the life that you want, build the life you want, have reciprocity all the best ways. I hope this reading resonated with you. And once again, if you would like a private session with me, go to the links in the description below. Until next time, bye.